Hi and welcome to the first episode of On Stats. Here in the Stats Cave, we've been waiting for the halfway mark of the NA DPC so that we have a meaningful amount of data that we can look at, analyze, and explore. We're going to take a brief look at the things that make NA Dota different and interesting compared to the rest of the world, as well as hopefully bust some misconceptions that you may have about the NA scene. First off, let's have a look at which heroes are valued more or less in the NA metagame compared to the rest of the world. Obviously, there's fewer players in NA, so the overall diversity is going to be slightly less, just because everyone has slightly different comfort picks. The biggest upshift is Outworld Devourer.
If you play versus OD as a safe laner, you either have to leave your lane at like 6-7 minutes, or you have to bring like 3-4 people there over and over to kill the OD.
I don't think the hero is like insanely imbalanced or anything, but I just hate playing against it because I know its sole purpose is to slow me down, you know? Like to ruin my early game or to sway my hero to a certain direction that I don't want to.
I don't think there's any other offlaner that does the same thing to carries that OD does, and that's why he's the most annoying, because this patch is all about getting your carry sort of a head start on their carry. Then you invade their side of the map. Then all of a sudden it becomes that map dominance thing where you're taking 75% of the resources on the map, and 1 or 2 kills leads to a Roche and then an Aegis, and it's kind of like it's just a snowball effect.
While strong support comfort picks, like Keeper of the Light, Shadow Shaman, and Witch Doctor, seem to attract 30% more pixel bans in NA compared to the rest of the world.
NA is playing a very different meta than the rest of the world right now, mainly due to NA being very heavy on lanes. I mean, again, it starts at the top. It starts that EG and Quincy both pick for lanes, more so than basically any European team. So you tend to see a lot more of the heroes that are really strong laners and, really abusive laners in NA.
Shadow Shaman. It's really annoying. Like, just so hard to outtrade him. He has high base damage. He has good skills to harass, so you kind of have to play in a very specific way.
His Q is like one of the highest nukes he damage. He's got all disables, and then they decide to give him like 5 extra armor. So now there's a hero with like 800 HP, 80 damage, 1 nuke, 2 these instant disables, and then he also like unkillable in lane.
Coddle is probably really annoying on good teams because they know how to control that. They can just send one hero to farm the map or push something out and place 4, and whenever the fight starts they just recall, and so you're always at a slight disadvantage in terms of controlling the map.
Rookie has also been a flavor of the month, commonly picked up in the 2nd or 3rd phase, and rarely getting banned. Now looking at the biggest losers. Mars and Darkseer have been picked or banned 20% less in NA compared to other regions. Darkseer actually hasn't been picked in the upper division at all. The biggest overall drop is Phoenix. Internationally it's been picked in 21%, and banned in 27% of games.
No player in North America really likes to lose their lane. They want to stomp their lane every game, and I think Phoenix is a relatively weak laner. Mars used to be very popular in North America too. It's really powerful at 6, and it's just really good team fight in general. But I think it kind of fell off in North America because it doesn't really take the offlane tower as fast as the other heroes do. Like these Furions, these Beastmasters, they take your tower 6 minutes because you don't want to bring 4 or 5 heroes to contest it.
And the other regions love their teamfight 4s with this Phoenix, Mars. I think just Phoenix is a really nice hero overall. I think there's always going to be a point in the game where you just actually can't kill the Phoenix egg, or you have to have BKBs on all your teammates, right? So I definitely think it's a really strong hero for that.
Some of it comes down to, like I said, our region being very heavy on lanes. So you look at these Mars, these Phoenixes, these are big team fight heroes, and they're really powerful heroes, but their laning is not so strong.
I think the other meta that's really prominent in North America is the 3v3 in the mid lane. The mid players are playing some spirit hero, and the 2 supports are just coming mid and they're just battling each other for 6 minutes. I think Mirana's actually really bad at it. Mirana offers very little value in the mid lane. I would bring it down to basically all 3 of them not being really good at the mid lane battle.
Now let's have a look at which heroes are performing better in NA compared to the rest of the world. We're only going to look at heroes which have been picked 10 or more times in the NA upper division, just so that we have a good enough sample. Just 7 heroes have a win rate deviation of above 15%. That is 15% win rate higher or lower than international averages. Tidehunter is the biggest overall winner, 9-2 record, puts it at nearly double the win rates in NA compared to other regions.
I guess it's easy to play tight. You just press Ravage and you stun people. I guess we picked it, and I guess a bunch of people follow suit. I guess Ursa is just good against tight. in a way. So people pick Ursa against Tide.
So when this Tide Hunter gets picked up on pick 16, pick 17, the enemy will instantly respond with Ursa.
Ogre Magi just squeaks through our threshold of 10 games, going 3-7, but that's pretty poor compared to its international record of 21-11. Some well-known mid players in NA have been characterized as having very shallow hero pools, but so far this just hasn't been the case. All but one of the upper division mid lane players has played a game on Void Spirit.
But I think usually it's just very evasive mobile hero that always has an impact at every point in the game. He never falls off, right?
I think everyone in NA can basically agree that Void Spirit is probably the best mid lane battler, like at around the 4, 6, 7, 8 minute mark. This hero is like almost unstoppable.
Gunner, a player often said to have a hero puddle, has played 9 different heroes in his 11 games, including the Storm Brothers trifecta.
And NA really prioritizes rune control and playing off the mid laner. I would say that's what makes all these spirit heroes super powerful.
Prince and DNM, meanwhile, have played a different hero in every single game. As you can see, there's a very well-defined common set of heroes that all the mid laners are kind of using.
Right, like all 5 of these heroes can go up cliffs, have super high mobility, super hard to kill, you know, all 5 of these heroes can play versus Earthshaker, Clockwork, whatever, right? And they have no problems getting out.
We just think like these 4 or 5 heroes are just better at their job than all the rest of the heroes.
But also, every single player has their own pocket picks when they need them. We've even seen a Slark middle. Taking a look at 2 of the seemingly less diverse players, Abed and CCNC, Abed takes the sacrifice for his team, e.g. Often they pick him up his hero in the first phase, it's Puck or Batrider, and as a result it creates way more flexibility for their last pick, which can go to Ice 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 or Arteezy, giving them a lane matchup that's favorable.
They usually get these heroes out first phase, and they're just going to be, okay, Abed, I'm just going to put you on the Storm Spirit. I know you own this hero, so we can have a lot more leeway for the rest of the draft. I think all that this really means is all these players, especially in North America, Quinn, Abed, Ryoya, Bryle, that they're really skilled at these heroes, and it just means that you have to first phase ban them.
CCNC has played just 4 heroes, but that's because he's played just 6 games. So that's it for this episode of On Stats. We took a high-level look at the difference in metagames between NA and other regions. We looked at which heroes are performing better or worse, and we also busted a myth that you might have about some of the NA mid laners. My name is Noxville, and we'll be back soon with some more interesting statistics and insights as we highlight some of the great players in NA Dota.